Joining me now is Floyd family attorney Antonio Romanucci, who will be joining that meeting on Capitol Hill. Mr. Romanucci, good morning, and thank you for being on the show.
Well, good morning, Hallie. Thank you so much.
I want to talk more about details regarding these meetings, but let me start here because this is the anniversary of George Floyd's death, on what this day means to you and to the family and how they're doing today.
Well, it's really hard to express the range of emotions, not only for myself, but for the Floyd family. I guess if I start with, broken hearts, I think that's a pretty good way to start because I know how deeply affected the George Floyd family is. And I think what a wonderful thing that's happened as a result of the Floyd family, in celebrating George Floyd and his life, is that it's spawned a whole lot of other families, across the country, little pods of families that now are acknowledging and still talking about George Floyd. And I think that's the sea change that we're looking for when we go to the Hill today, Hallie. The Floyd family wants to see change. They want irrevocable change. They want meaningful change. And that's kind of the goal of what we're doing today. And they're going to take that passion and the emotion that they have and talk to these lawmakers and make sure they understand what they really want.
Do they feel hopeful that that change that you're talking about will come and will come soon?
So that's an excellent question, because I think we've all convinced ourselves that we do not want anything rushed, because if we're going to get a bill passed, it has to be meaningful. It has to be a bill that's going to protect lives and save lives, as opposed to being just the same old thing. If we're going to be the same old thing, then I don't know that we need the act. We want meaningful and real change. So that's why we're going to slow go this thing and make sure that we get what we want.
And is that a sentiment that you think that you would feel comfortable, or the family would feel comfortable expressing to the White House for that visit that I understand is happening later today?
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt that they're not going to hesitate in telling anybody that they meet that they need real change. And that's, look, it's been a year since George Floyd has died today. We're still talking about it. We're still acknowledging it. We're celebrating his death today because it means something. This is not an opportunity that can go to waste at all, ever. We haven't had this sort of movement in civil rights in over half a decade. And so we have to make it a positive change. We have to make sure that the legacy of George Floyd continues. And not only George Floyd, look at all of the other people that have been killed by police over this past year since George Floyd. It's not stopping. We need to stop it. We need to be able to have policing in this country that's meaningful, that is there to protect life as opposed to remove life.
We are, as we look ahead here, I think today, actually, exactly 1 month away from the sentencing of former officer Derek Chauvin, who was convicted of the murder of George Floyd in that high-profile trial last month. Is that something that the family, that you anticipate could be closure for the family? Is there no such thing here?
I don't know that they'll ever have closure. I mean, it certainly is another chapter in this story. I don't know that it can be closure because they'll never forget this. And, and I've said this before about the Floyd family. They are incredible. They are united in this quest. And I can only hope that one day they're able to reflect back on themselves and really understand the moment that they had to go through, because they're fighting so hard for so many people right now, for so many other people that have been killed since George Floyd and even before George Floyd. So after Derek Chauvin's sentencing, well, we know that there are going to be other trials. There have been other superseding indictments. So there's going to be a lot for them to live through yet. Before
I let you go, I have to ask, we've been showing images of her. I know she'll be part of some of the meetings and engagements today, but how's Gianna doing?
Oh, Gianna's incredible. Wow. Is she just an absolute sweetheart? She is doing as well as you could imagine. She wants to meet people. She understands the process that's happening, and she wants to be a part of the process. And I would anticipate that young girl growing up to be just a great community leader and activist one day.
Antonio Romanucci, thank you so much for being with us this morning. I know you have to go. You have a couple of key meetings, important meetings happening here in Washington, but we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.